Yep.
What if I told you that none of this ever really happened? Roll back through the titles. Go past the car alarms. Past the earthquake. Go back to the moment where the cameraman leaves to go upstairs. All you're left with is an empty room and a camera to record it. This is the way that most ghost hunts happen.
Can you make it go up to 4 lines for me?
You're basically asking questions to the darkness. You've got equipment with you that can detect slight changes in the atmosphere.
That's 3. Can you make it go 1 more up?
But really, you're relying on the history of the place to answer you back. We arrive at the Whitten Building on December 8th, 2012. The current owner, Bart Clark, shows us around. He jokes around about the investigation and overall seems pretty amused by the fact that his building may actually be haunted.
So, Kevin, don't send the FBI on me. But I couldn't help myself.
There's a Christmas concert being held outside at a pavilion next door. We take some footage and then mingle with the locals. It seems that everyone has a story.
And I looked over him. He was in bed. Gabrielle was in her bed. And then I'm like, okay, I had to be Picasso. Lying there asleep. I'm like, did you hear that? He goes.
Originally built in 1924, the building has served a number of different purposes. What started as a warehouse and hardware store that was founded on the cotton crops of Robert E. Whitten. The structure in downtown Grandview has since been home to a car dealership, real estate offices, an antique furniture store, and even a mortuary.
This was a mortuary? Or?
It was many things over time.
For the past 5 years, Clark has been working hard to renovate the property.
And we're never done. This is part of our house.
What began as an open shell has since been transformed to house a number of different businesses. Today it boasts a coffee shop, a fitness center, a number of private lofts, and soon a physical therapy clinic will be completed to serve this rural community's needs. The stage sits just adjacent to the lot. Notable acts drive into town regularly to perform there, and Bart keeps something like a green room on the lower level of his building reserved to keep these celebrities comfortable and happy.
No, it's like totally haunted, right?
Haunted or not, clerk's work is impressive. The building is cleared out after dark. The team from Stockyards Paranormal arrives and chats briefly with Bart about any recent activity he's experienced. They bring a wide assortment of equipment designed to detect the unexplained.
Baseline readings in the background.
They have methods.
This is just a little regular flashlight, and you turn it on by moving the handle in the front. I'm going to have it adjusted where it's just barely to the off position.
Okay.
And so if it turns on, that would be a sign of something.
When the lights go out, the investigation begins.
If there are any spirits here with us tonight, any ghosts, any disembodied people, anyone at all, regardless of your status, we've come here to try to communicate with you tonight. We would love for you to come forward and try to communicate with us in some way. We've got a number of devices here set up that you can communicate with us through. You can speak to us, and hopefully we can pick your voice up on recording devices if there's something you want to say to us. Feel free to touch one of us, tug on our clothes. I've got a flashlight here on the ottoman. You just got to twist the knob, you can turn that on. There's a little gray device sitting on the ottoman. You can go touch that and it'll cause it to light up. We would love for you to appear to us in the cameras. But we're going to be talking to you during the course of the night, and feel free to do whatever you want to do. Where this is your opportunity to let us know you're here and express yourself, and you have no reason to be afraid of us. We've come here specifically to talk to you and to communicate. So the only thing that we ask is that when we leave, you stay here and don't follow us home.
There are 3 different spirits that are said to make the Whitten Building their home. The mortician, the little girl, and Bob, a former caretaker and convicted murderer. The group spends a great deal of time taking readings and asking questions.
Can you go over and touch that green light that just came on? Put your hand on it, hold it. That's good, thank you. Got an orange light that time. Is this Bob? Bob, is that you that's here with us? Hey Bob, how you doing?
In an area that once housed embalming tables, where cadavers were prepped for burial, Cheryl senses something.
Here that would like to communicate. I can feel with my body that there's somebody here.
She's known in the group for being a person that ghosts seem naturally drawn to.
You make this light up again to green. Really, if you can make it go all the way to red, that would be really cool.
As she begins picking up readings, the Ovulus X in the other room utters a strange message that appears to be directly applied to her.
Hey, Bob.
Run. So what is this hooked up to?
I don't know.
Empath.
What?
Empath. Sense.
This device works by measuring electrostatic forces in the air. It chooses a series of words from an internal library, like a Ouija board chooses letters.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's just strange. I don't know how these things work, but the power was at 50 just a second ago. Now it's at 22.
In the past, there's been a lot of activity around the elevator. Bart has converted an old lift which runs through the center of the structure to house a bar that can be raised between his dining room and the green room for musicians downstairs.
Why don't you poke your head out that door and let us see your head?
Once used to transport freight and corpses,
Do you like the music that plays here?
today the motor has been known to come unlocked and engage itself for no explainable reason.
Really?
Downstairs, Brian has set up some trigger objects in an area where the little girl's spirit has been known to play. The group follows him to a tomb-like room. There, a quick EVP session is held. At times, it seems like the little girl is attempting to come through.
Somebody in here with us? Can you light my K2 meter up?
Okay, if you can do that, when I say on the count of 3, I want you to say something that's really important, and then we can go back and listen to it, okay? Okay.
Wow.
1, 2, 3.
Her communication is too random and teasing to know for sure what she's trying to tell us, or if she's even there.
Did you say something?
You guys over here? Hey. Alright, that was a first for me.
What's that?
Well, I went upstairs to change the battery out. I had an hour left. These are like 3-hour batteries.
Okay.
And I was filming as I was going into that back room, the embalming room. And battery just went
Dropped
right
out on
dead.
you?
Yeah, with an hour left on it.
An abandoned bank sits on the other side of the structure, completely cut off from the rest of the building. Left largely untouched, it's a window into a different era. The lobby's cramped and filled with old paperwork.
Did you come here with us? Were you over in the other part of the building?
As the group asks questions, the Ovulus seems to hint that there may be money hidden in the walls.
Is there, like, cash hidden in the building somewhere? There is. Are you sure? You're not sure.
You a big fat liar.
Did you hide the money in the building?
Green.
Yes, money is green, that's true.
Down.
But I'll ask you again, did you hide money in the building? In this building? You did? I'll let Mark know he was trying to.
This is quickly laughed off, but at the end of the night, Bart tells us that there may be some kind of truth to the claim.
About it. But yeah, there's been some rumor of some money being either lost or hidden or something in relation to the bank.
Whether it's a rumor or not, the old-timers in this small town have stories of hidden cash that has stayed locked in the bank long after it closed its doors forever. Early in the night, I had experienced sudden battery drain while filming in a room where the mortician had been killed. He was pushed through a window. No one knows if it was an accident or something more sinister that led to this man's death, but the sound of broken glass has been heard in this area by almost everyone who's worked or lived in the Whitten Building. Here, the group decides to make one final push to contact the spirits.
Is there someone here that remembers us from the last time we were here? If it is, there's a flashlight on the floor. Whoever was here the last time made that flashlight turn on. Can you do that now? Just got to twist the end just a little bit and it'll turn on. Do that for us?
Despite all of their efforts, ultimately there's nothing. As we pack up for the night, no one can say whether or not we experienced anything paranormal. Despite ample evidence that's been collected on past investigations, all of our readings tonight were too inconclusive to know for sure if the spirits were trying to communicate.
As we review our stuff, if we find things, I'll send that to you.
Okay.
And then, once we get our final report down, I'll send that.
Whatever the case, the people who live in the Whitten Building know that there are ghosts in their midst.
Last time Kevin was here, he told us if they like what, that we didn't save the building, but if you don't fix those buildings, they get torn down eventually. And so that, they said they like what you've done with the building. You're trying to keep it old, even though you had to do a lot of changes.
Bart Clark has done a tremendous job restoring this old structure, and whatever entities that remain there from its past are appreciative of his work.